Descaling the Delonghi coffee machine. As you can see here, the descaling light is flashing, so therefore the machine needs to be descaled. This happens about for us, about every 6 weeks to 2 months. The first thing that we need to do is remove the water cassette and then empty it. Removed the cassette and emptied all the water from it. Now what I need to do is fill up to this A mark that you can see just there next to the screw, using the Delonghi decalc solution. See, I've put in the descaling solution up to that A mark that you can just sort of see next to that screw. Now what we need to do is fill up to the B mark, which is up here. Okay, you can just about see it there, the B mark, just using normal tap water. Please be careful with this solution though, because it is an acid. You can see we've got our acid solution, and I'm going to load it into the machine. Once that's in there, you need a container that's going to be able to hold all of that water. So what I tend to do is just use an old sort of Tupperware box from Christmas, and then bring this down. Now the box needs to be able to go underneath both the nozzle and sort of the steamer hose as well. So you have to kind of move it across, move it down, line them up and support it. Right, once you've got to that position, you can then push and hold in this descaler button until it starts to flash. And then once it flashes, this flashing light here means that it wants you to open this valve here. And it will start the cleaning cycle. So what you have to do is wait for that all to come through. And when you know when it's finished, because this light will again start to flash. This cleaning, it will alternate between the coffee pourer and the steam valve. And what it's doing is it's cleaning that out using the solution. Obviously you need to be careful of this because this is still the same acid solution. There you go, it's been about 20 minutes and you can see that the water light is flashing, which means it wants us to rinse and refill the water cassette, and we're going to pour all of this solution away. So I'm going to quickly do that and then we'll come back. As you can see, I've refilled the water cassette. Right, one thing we must remember to do is before we put the water cassette back in, we have to turn off the water nozzle. Sorry about the reflection off of that there. Put the water back in, and then we need to replace our water reservoir. Make sure it's well supported. Bring this back down again, because now what it's going to do is it's going to start to rinse the system. So again, we just open it, and again it will start to clean it through. Okay, so here we are again. It's run the first rinse. So what we now need to do is sluice away all this water, refill the cassette, turn off the steam spout again, and then redo the whole rinse another time. So I've refilled the water cassette, emptied the sluice, and now we're going to turn the water back on. And it'll do this, it'll take about another 5 minutes. Okay, so you can see that it's now run the second clean through. So now all we have to do is turn this off. And then once we refill the water cassette, it's actually ready to go. What I tend to do is run through a couple of this function, which allows us to just run some more water through the system. And I also tend to pull off 1 or 2 short espressos just to make sure that the system is ready for use. I'll do that in a second. So I've replaced the water filter back into the cartridge, and I'm going to fill that cassette back into the coffee machine. So you can see the machine is now ready to use. And just to make 100% certain, what I tend to do is just to draw off another shot of water, just to clean through that head unit just one more time. So I tend to run that twice, and then I tend to run off as well 1 or 2 espressos, probably just one, and then discard that, and then the machine is ready to use. Okay, so I've run the water cleaning once, and I've just drawn off my first discard espresso. So what I'm now going to do is get rid of that. I don't want that one anymore. And I'm going to get myself a proper mug. And it's time, after all that waiting, to finally have a proper coffee. So Hopefully that helps you out. All the best. Enjoy your coffee.